This episode is brought to you by The Guarantors. Chasing down residents who don't pay their rent is taxing enough. Did you know you could offset the risk of renter default? Meet The Guarantors. They'll requalify your applicants and insure their rent. If the resident doesn't pay, you still get paid. Visit theguarantors.com/multifamily today. How many of you remember that song, Fix You by Coldplay? Is a fantastic song. I remember seeing them live in an amphitheater in Portland, Oregon, or just outside of Portland, Oregon, and they sing that song. They spun the light, and they threw it out into the crowd, and it was just this wonderful, engaging experience. Very, very, very powerful when they were playing the song Fix You. If you want to know something, don't try to fix people. Don't try to fix people. When you're in an organization, even in your personal life, people don't want to be fixed. They don't want to think that they are a broken thing and that you have to come in and fix them. This is especially detrimental to men who like to fix things. You should not try to fix your significant other. You should rather be a guide, a loving guide, somebody that does really care enough to sit with somebody in a time of adversity, or sit with someone in a circumstance, or sit beside somebody. Sometimes you don't even have to talk. You just have to be there. You just have to help them. They just have to know that you are there for them. That's all you have to do. So let's talk about three things. When you try to fix people, guess what happens? You've seen this. I'm sure you've seen this. We've all experienced this because we've been on the fix side. We've tried to fix things. People get resistant and they get defensive when you try to fix them. Very resistant, very defensive. They don't want anything to do with that. And they grow an allergy toward you because you're trying to fix them. The second thing is that when you incorporate guide, like you become alongside of them as a guide, as opposed to trying to be a fixer, you help them find their own solutions. So you just ask questions, or you just prod things in different ways. You don't give them prescriptions. You don't impose things on them. You don't try to tell your unhealthy friend to get healthy by shoving fistfuls of vitamins down their throat. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. You have to come alongside of them as a guide, as opposed to a fixer or an imposer. When you help people get to a point where they can do self-discovery, where they can discern things for their own, they can come up with solutions on their own, that's where you create real lasting change in somebody. It's almost like that. If many of us have said this about people that have led us or managed us in the past. If you can just help that person think that it's their idea, right? You just let them think it's their idea and they'll go for it, right? It might be your idea, but you just plant it in their head in some way, shape, or form where they think it's their idea and they'll take off with it. It's a form of that, right? I want to be careful not to sort of fall into the arena of manipulation. This is rather very authentic, helping someone as a guide through the point of self-discovery so that they can have lasting change in their life, because it is something that they did in fact come up with on their own. That's it for today. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.